And now for story time with Paul Walken. Where he's walking, I don't know.
I'm going to read to you today a classic story. It's about Winnie-the-Pooh. He's a bear. He's the cutest bear you ever saw. He doesn't eat meat. He just eats honey and nice teas and cakes. He's a very nice bear, and this is about him visiting some friends, and it's aptly titled Pooh Goes Visiting. Pooh always liked a little something at 11 o'clock in the morning, and he was glad to see Rabbit getting the plates and mugs. And when Rabbit said, "Honey or condensed milk with your bread," he was so excited he said both. And then, as not to seem so greedy, he added, "But don't bother about the bread, please." And after a long time, he said nothing until at last, humming to himself in a rather sticky voice, he got up, he shook Rabbit lovingly by the paw, and he said that he must be going. "Must you?" said Rabbit politely. "Well," said Pooh, "I could stay a little longer if you... And he tried very hard to look in the direction of the larder. "As a matter of fact," said Rabbit, "I was going out myself directly." "Oh, well, then I'll be going. Goodbye." "Well, goodbye, if you're sure you won't have any more." "Is there any more?" asked Pooh quickly. Rabbit took the covers of the dishes and he said, "No, there wasn't any more." "I thought not," said Pooh, nodding to himself. "Well, goodbye, I must be going on." So he started to climb out of the hole. He pulled with his front paws, he pushed with his back paws. And a little while his nose, it was in the open again. And then his ears, and then his front paws, and then his shoulders, and then, "Oh, help," said Pooh. "I'd better go back." "Oh, bother," said Pooh. "I shall have to go on." "I can't do either," said Pooh. "Oh, help and bother." He was stuck. He had eaten so much, he was stuck in the hole. The Pooh was stuck. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's stuck. Christopher Robin nodded. "There's only one thing to be done," he said. "We shall have to wait for you to get thin again." "Well, how long does it take to get thin?" asked Pooh anxiously. "Well, about a week, I should think." "But I can't stay here for a week." You can stay here, all right, you silly bear. "It's getting you out which is so difficult. We'll read to you." "We'll read to you," said Rabbit cheerfully, "and I hope it won't snow." He added, "And I say, old fellow, you're taking up a good deal of room in my house. Do you mind if I use your back legs as a towel horse?" Said, "You're stuck, you might as well be useful. You're taking up the room in my house. I'm going to use you for the towels, for the Pooh. Because, I mean, there they are, they're doing nothing, and it would be very convenient just to hang towels on them." "A week?" said Pooh gloomily. "What about meals?" "I'm afraid no meals," said Christopher Robin, "because of getting thin quicker." "But we'll read to you." Bear began to sigh and then found he couldn't. He was so tightly stuck, and a tear rolled down his little bear eye, and he said, "Then would you read a sustaining book such as would help comfort a wedged bear in great tightness?" He was wedged. There's nothing he could do. So for a week, Christopher Robin read that sort of book at the north end of Pooh, and Rabbit hung his washing on the south end. And in between Bear himself, he felt he was getting slenderer and slenderer. He was losing weight. He hadn't eaten. And at the end of the week, Christopher Robin said, "Now," and he took hold of Pooh's front paws, and Rabbit took hold of Christopher Robin. And all Rabbit's friends and relations took hold of Rabbit, and they pulled together, and for a long time Pooh only said, "Ow" and "Oh." And then all of a sudden he said, "Pop," as if a cork were coming out of a bottle. Pooh just exploded out of the hole. He was no longer stuck, you see. And Christopher Robin and Rabbit and all relations went head over heels backwards away from the exploding Pooh. It was dangerous. And on top of them came Winnie-the-Pooh. He was free. There was Pooh free everywhere. So with a nod of thanks to his friends, he went on with his walk through the forest, humming proudly to himself. But Christopher Robin looked after him lovingly, and he said to himself, "Oh, silly bear."